Yeah, I mean, thanks God it's Friday. I mean, it's been a long week. I guess we have this policy overhang on the market, right? There's just too much uncertainty with Trump, and both the intention of this policy and his attitude with some of the tweets, which are obviously feeding uncertainty out there. So I think the market is just struggling to digest all of this, and we've seen a significant de-risking. Nasdaq is down more than 10%. Max 7 stocks are down 20%. So we are getting to a technical level that can provide some support to the market. So I think the asymmetry in the very, very short term is more towards some kind of a bounce from oversold level. But I think the upside potential is being capped by this policy uncertainty. And I suspect that as long as Trump is sticking to his pretty aggressive policy stance and the Fed is not really able to pivot, I think investors will keep studying those rallies.
Emmanuel, the performance of Europe has been fascinating, given all the threats that have now been lobbed thanks to tariffs. We've had this mega story playing out to make Europe great again. You call it Europe 2.0. There's all sorts of names for the big fiscal strategy here in Europe and whether we can see a better economic performance, better stock market performance. But short term, can the tariffs have a more detrimental effect than what we've seen so far this week, where Europe has lost some ground?
I mean, look, Europe, in dollar terms, Europe is outperforming US by 20% year to date, so in the last 2 months. And we have never seen that in history, right? So this is a significant outperformance. And yes, I think, as you said, now this European mega team is torn between the tariff uncertainty on the one hand and the fiscal stimulus on the other hand. I mean, we think a tariff are kind of a manageable threat to the European market. The part of the European market which is directly impacted by tariffs is pretty tiny and has done quite badly already. But I think the broader ramification of tariff, if you go for some kind of full-blown trade war, which would have a recessionary or stagflationary impact on the global economy, is a main issue for Europe. Can Europe really perform if the global economy is slowing? I don't think it is really possible, right? So, look, I think for the time being, I think the market upside will be capped by this uncertainty. The deadline is 7th of April. So I think the market will want to see some kind of clarity on that. Are we going to see tariff, no tariff, and how much are we going to get? But yeah, I think in the medium term, I think things are moving in the right direction for Europe. And the direction of travel is towards more growth in Europe, and I think more rebalancing away from what has been a very concentrated US market towards a broader investable universe of stocks, whether it's in China or in Europe. So I think you might see some wobbles in the short term, maybe more weakness on this tariff, but ultimately, I think that could be a good buying opportunity to play the long-term growth revival in Europe.